We'll start discussing question number 24. Go to that. A is an importer of fancy goods operating from a rented premise, leases 1,000 rupees per month. Okay. He prepares his accounts for 31st December. On the night of 31st December 2017, all his books were destroyed by fire is given to us. Fixed assets, motor car and furniture is given. Current assets, stock in trade, debtors, balance at bank, cash in hand, prepaid rates are given to us. Then what is given? Total of all these things, 2,52,650. Yeah. Then we are given current liabilities, creditors for purchases, accrued rent means rent outstanding, then due for hire purchase installments 2790, 1,14,990. He buys goods for resale only from a manufacturer in Japan who allows a rebate of what? 3% of all goods purchased by him in excess of 5 lakhs in a calendar year. The rebate due for the year is how much? 12,480. Using this, you can find out what? Purchases. Capitalize பண்ணுங்க 12,480 at 3% எவ்வளவு வரும்?
4,60,000, sir.
Okay. And it's given, rebate is given for all the purchases or purchases in excess of 5 lakhs. So if you purchase for more than 5 lakhs, whatever is excess purchase made, on that what is given? Rebate is given. Rebate is given. All the goods are sold at a standard gross profit of margin of how much? 40% of selling price. Any rebate due is ignored for this purpose. Then closing stock 90,200 is given. Weekly cash expenses are given before depositing the same into the bank. Drawings carried outwards, petrol, general expenses, cash in hand at the end of the year is given to us. Bank statements are given, paid for purchase of goods, car expenses, rent. Rent 13,000 has been paid. Rates for the year ended 31st March 2018 is given. Hire purchase installment, the final payments are given, salaries, traveling expenses, printing and stationery. And if you look at hire purchase, what is the amount due? 2790 is a principal component. What is the total amount paid by us? 3040. Difference can be taken as interest. It's like loan component is 2790. Total amount paid to settle everything during the current year is 3040, means the difference can be taken as what? Interest. Okay. Salary, traveling expenses, printing and stationery, advertisement, insurance, lorry hire charges. Okay. General expenses, drawings are given. Then balance on 31st December 2017 is given to us. Depreciation 30% and 15%. Prepare a trading P&L account and what? Balance sheet on that date. So before we proceed further, what is the first one you have to work out?
Balance sheet, opening balance sheet.
Opening balance sheet. Okay, you're going to tell me the answer. I'm going to type. Those who have not done it, please take it along with me. Don't wait. Balance sheet as on what date? 31/3/2016. Any opening balance is missing to prepare or all information is available? Capital. Other than that.
Debtors 35,400, sir. 35,400.
Tell me the values.
24,000. Motor car 20,000.
Okay. Debtors how much?
24.
24,000. Then
Motor car 20,000.
car 20,000.
Furniture 10,000.
Furniture 10,000.
Stock, sir, 31,12,16.
Furniture 10,000 appro.
Stock and trade 2,500,000.
Then
Bank balance 27,060. Cash in hand 590. Prepaid rates 500. Sir.
prepaid rates how much?
500. Sir.
Then
Liabilities creditors
creditors.
1,10,200.
Then
Accrued rent 2,000. Due for hire purchase 2,790.
hire purchase due 2,000.
790. Balance capital 1,6760.
Take it up, then we'll proceed. Shall we?
Yes.
Is it over? Next. What is the next thing that we have to work out?
Debtors account.
Before that, let us work out purchases. Clear? Okay. Creditors we can open, but let us work out purchases. What is the rebate given?
So 3%.
At the rate of 3% is given.
Excess of 5.
எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? The rebate is given at the rate of 3%. What is the rebate given?
12,480. sir.
12,480. So 3% is 12,480. Purchase in excess of rupees 5 lakhs.
4,16,000. sir.
Capitalize it. Capitalize it. If this is 12,480, purchase in excess of 5 lakhs would be 12,480 divided by எவ்வளவு percent? 3% put in over the 4 lakh?
4,16,000.
4,16,000. Add 5 lakhs. Add 5 lakhs.
Yes, sir.
For total purchases
9 lakh.
9,16,000. Any doubt in it?
No.
See, rebate is given for the purchases made above 5 lakhs. Above 5 lakhs இருக்கிற purchase 4,16,000. 5 lakhs வரைக்கும் rebate கிடையாது. So add பண்ண வருது 9,16,000 is your total purchases.
Okay.
Otherwise, we purchased, we can cross check also reverse. 9,16,000, அதுல 5 lakhs வரைக்கும் there is no rebate. Balance எவ்வளவு இருக்கும்? 4,16,000 ல 3% rebate will come to 12,480. Now we can prepare which account?
Trading வச்சு சேல்ஸ் கண்டுபிடிக்கும்.
We can prepare creditors account also. Okay. Creditors account. Creditors account. Creditors account. By balance brought down.
1,10,200. sir.
Dude, 1,10,200 by purchases.
9,03,520. Okay. Minus rebate
Okay.
9 lakh.
9,16,000 வச்சுக்கலாம். Purchases actually 9,16,000 தான் purchases. To rebate.
480.
Rebate எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 12,480. Yeah, purchase journal entry will be like purchase account data to creditors account data to rebate, discount, all those things. Okay.
So நான் டைரக்டா
இல்ல. Purchases 9,16,000. Purchases how much? 9,16,000. Rebate is a separate one. For example, discount எப்படி record பண்ணுவீங்க? Will you adjust with purchases? No. Purchase account data to creditors. When subsequent discount is given, creditors account data to discount. Same way. Purchase to creditors is 9,16,000. Rebate is 12,480. Answer அதே மாதிரி தான் வரும், but the amount is different. To balance carry down எவ்வளவு இருக்கு?
பேங்க் பேமெண்ட் டு கேஷ் அது கேஷ் அக்கவுண்ட்
Closing balance இருக்கா?
கண்டுபிடிக்கணும்.
To bank எவ்வளவு payment பண்ணிருக்கோம்?
10,10,500. sir.
Then is there any cash payment made? No cash payment is made.
No.
It's a balancing.
3,220. Paid for purchase. These are two creditors. Creditors to pay for it. Yeah.
Take up this. So we prepared or we found out purchases and we worked out which one? Payment made to creditors also. Either using the cost of goods sold formula or through trading account, we can find out which one? Sales.
Sir, but எனக்கு எப்படிங்க 3
Then, shall we? Then, cost of goods sold, opening stock, plus purchases minus closing stock. What is the opening stock value given?
2,500. sir.
Plus purchases
9,16,000.
minus closing stock
9,200.
90200. So what is the cost of goods sold?
6,84,200. 10,26,300.
10,26,300. Wait பண்ணுங்க. What is the profit margin given?
40% on sales. sir.
If sales is 100, profit is 40 na. cost will be existing. So this cost, if this is equal to eவ்வளவு percentage? 60%. Sales how much? So, can work out. 10,26,300 divided by 60% or 60 into 100.
6,84,200.
Sales 17 lakh 10,500. That is gross.
This is gross.
17 lakh
10,500.
Gross number sales.
sales. When profit is 40%, cost is how much? 60%. Okay, when this is 60%, when cost is 60%, what is sales? Now we can prepare. Are we given cash sales separately? We cannot do data account, right? We have to find out which one. Cash sales. Cash sales கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். Then based on that we can work out which one. Credit sales. This is total sales. This is your total sales. Have you taken up? எடுத்துட்டாச்சா? Next, which account we have to prepare?
Cash and bank.
Let us prepare a combined account or separate?
Combined.
Cash and bank account போடலாமா? சேர்த்தே போடும். No issues. Two balance brought down. Okay, maybe cash column, bank column, let us have.
Cash 590. Sir.
Cash 590, bank
Bank 27,060. Sir.
Shall I scroll up? Closing balance எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? Buy balance carry down.
Cash for 1670. Sir. Cash.
1670.
Cash வராது.
Given.
ஏன்னா அது பேலன்ஸ் பிகர் பேங்க்குக்கு போயிடும்.
Cash in hand on 31st December amounted to எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? 1670.
அந்த week இதுல வந்து மேல weekly cash expense out of collection before depositing the same into the bank கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. So balance bankல தான் சார் போடணும்.
இல்ல. அதாவது this cash in hand is after depositing in bank. This cash in hand is after depositing various amounts in bank. We would have deposited various money into the bank. Okay. So that we have to find. Assume இல்ல clear கொடுத்திருக்கானே weekly cash expenses out of collections. Drawings, carriage outwards, petrol எல்லாமே இது weekly கொடுத்திருக்கோம்.
சார் அதுதான் பேலன்சிங் ஃபிகர் 1670.
This cash in hand on 31st December கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. This is what is given. Clear word use பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Is it cash at bank or cash in hand?
Cash in hand.
Cash in hand. Cash in hand. That is a cash in hand.
சார் ரெண்டு அக்கவுண்ட் வருமே சார் இந்த cash accountல. cash sales வரும் இந்த deposit in bank வரும்.
We'll see. இப்போ இதுல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா பேங்க்ல we have given various collections and payments கொடுத்திருக்காங்க இல்லையா? We'll see. So cash in hand is how much? 1670. Bank balance
231,800.
231,800. Now let us record all the cash collections and payments and let us see what happens. Drawings, this is weekly drawings.
Yes, sir.
So drawings, how to post it?
352 and 300.
By drawings, 52 into 300. Hello,
15,600.
Then
The bank drawing.
Bank drawings are
37,000.
37,000 drawings by a bank is also given to us. Then
Next carriage outwards.
carriage outwards,
500 into 52, 26,000.
then
Petrol expenses 100 sir per week. 5,200. General expenses 50 per week sir. 2,600. Cash payments are also.
Okay, all these are through cash, இல்லையா?
Yes, sir.
Bank statementல paid for purchase of goods, paid for purchase of goods
So buy that.
by creditors. By creditors, paid for purchase of goods, எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கோம்?
10,10,500.
10,10,500. Then
By car expenses 6,680.
car expenses
6,680.
6,680.
By rent 13,000, sir.
Rent 13,000.
By rates for the year ended 3,200, sir.
Paid 3,200. Let us record all the collections and payments
Higher purchase installments 330,40, sir.
by HP installments. This includes interest. We'll bifurcate while preparing a P&L account.
3040.
3040. Then
By balance carried down. By salary
Okay.
1,12,460.
various expenses, okay, no? Salary, travel expenses, all these things you record it.
Okay, sir.
Tell me by
By salary
Salaries?
1,460.
1 lakh,
12,460.
1,12,460. Aprom
By travel expense 36,800, sir.
36,800.
By print and stationery 6,400.
ஒரு small doubt, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, rates for the year ended 31 March 2018.
While doing P&L account, we have to think, is it for current year or next year? Is it current year or next year? So we have to think. Okay, we have to see what is prepaid, what is paid in advance, all those things we have to count. Okay, for cash book, whatever is paid will be recorded. Collections and payments are recorded. Only while doing P&L account, we have to look into what? The accrual basis எல்லாமே பார்க்கணும். Next, by which expense?
By petrol station.
What is the next expense?
Advertisement, sir. Print and
By printing and stationery,
6,400, sir.
6,400. Then
By advertisement 12,280.
advertisement 12,000.
280, sir. By insurance for business
By
3,000,
insurance, how much?
3,000, sir.
Then
By lorry hire charges 48,700.
48,700.
By general expense 36,230.
Yeah. General expenses,
36,230, sir.
or maybe இங்கே கொண்டு வந்து 36,230. 36,230. Paid in bank, இங்கே கொண்டு வந்து 36,230. Then anything else? Drawings இருக்கு. Drawings products 37,000. Drawings we have already done. And this one also. General expenses paid both by cash as well as check. Drawings are there both in cash as well as check form. Okay. In cash and bank account, we recorded whatever is information given. Payments through cash and payment through bank. All the types of payments, including drawings and general expenses, are recorded. Now, wait. Are we given opening balance and closing balance of bank? Are we given opening and closing balance of bank? Tally bank column. Tally the bank column first. Tally the bank column first.
15,61,090, sir.
Credit total எவ்வளவு வருது?
15,61,090.
15,61,090 credit total வருது இல்லையா?
Yes.
Wait பண்ணுங்க. Debitல only opening balance, how much is there? 27,060 is the only opening balance that is available. How this closing balance would have come? How this closing balance would have come?
Debtors and the
Receipt இல்ல. That is what is cash deposited in bank. That is what is cash deposited in bank.
சார் அப்போ டவுட் சார், அப்போ டெட்டார்க்கு வந்து பேமெண்ட் அந்த மாதிரி தான் வந்திருக்காங்க. ஏன்னா டெட்டார்ல வந்து ரொம்ப ஹியூஜ் அமௌண்ட் க்ளோசிங் பேலன்ஸ் அது சார். இது இந்த மாதிரி எதுவும் இல்லைன்னா
Debtors account இருக்கு இல்லையா? Debtors account ஓட closing balance எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கோம்?
க்ளோசிங் இல்லை சார்.
இல்ல சார்.
We have to find out. Let us see. அது cash accountல balancing for we'll find out. Cash collection from debtors or cash sales கொடுத்திருக்கானே என்னது?
இல்ல சார்.
Any information regarding cash is given?
No sir, cash is you have to find.
இவ்வளவுதான் சார்.
GP 40% கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Closing stock is given to us. Then any payment, credit terms, etc. given to us?
Nothing, sir.
No. Look at weekly cash expenses என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? Out of
Collection.
collections. Out of collections. What does that collection means? Collection from debtors. Nothing but collection from debtors. Collection from debtors. Okay, clear கொடுத்திருக்கான் இங்க. Weekly cash expenses out of which one? Collections. Collection is done from whom? Here there is no other income from this business. Is there any rent received, dividend received, interest received? So collection means collection from which one? Debtors only. Collection from debtors only. So the tally பண்ணீங்கன்னா, okay, bank column tally பண்ணா to cash. This is contra. Nothing but deposit. This is a balancing figure. Okay, cash deposited in bank, we get it as a balancing figure. This minus opening balance. This is the money deposited in bank. This is the money deposited in bank. So first we tally which one? Tally which one? Bank column to get which one? Cash deposited in bank. Cash deposited in bank. So by cash ingena varum. To cash ingena varum. By bank contra entry for the deposit. What is the deposit made? This one. This is the cash deposited in bank. Then tally which column next? Cash column. Tally the cash column. Tally the cash column. The balancing for is collections. Collections from whom? Collection from customers. Collection from debtors. Collection from debtors, we get it as a balancing. Cash sales பத்தி எந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷனுமே இல்லை இல்லையா? This balancing for is nothing but cash collected from debtors.
சார் இப்போ பில்ஸ் ரிசீவ்ட் அக்கௌண்ட் ஓபன் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஓபன் பண்ணும்போது அதுல பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்லயும் கலெக்ஷன்
That's not collection from debtors. Bills accepted by our customers இந்த மாதிரி வரும். Bills receivable account open பண்ணும்.
ஸோ பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் பண்ணும்போது லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்ட் சைட் பேலன்ஸ் வந்து கேஷ் டெபாசிட் போடுவாங்க. கிரெடிட் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் பண்ணுவாங்க.
That would have been some payment to customers, payment to suppliers இருக்கலாம், இல்ல cash withdrawn இருக்கலாம் இந்த மாதிரி.
கான்ட்ராக்ட் டிமாண்ட்ஸ் தான் இப்போ பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்.
We do not know. We do not know. அது இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்துல அது applicable இல்லை. ரொம்ப simple. So the bank column gives a balancing for of this much. Debitல there is a balance of how much? 15,34,030. How the balance would have come? We have deposited cash into the bank. So it's simple. Now you read the question. Opening balance is 590. Collection is this much. After paying all these drawings, carriage, petrol expenses, general expenses, we deposited this much in the bank. We deposited this much in the bank. The closing balance is after all payments. Clear? Read the question. Now you'll understand. Weekly cash expenses out of collections before depositing the same into what? Bank கொடுத்திருக்கான். So if you read it with a solution, opening balance, collection from customers are there. We paid various expenses and deposited in bank. Deposited in bank. After depositing, there is a closing cash in hand of how much? 1,670. So first we tally which one? Bank column to get which one? Cash deposited in the bank. Next we tally which one? Cash column to get which one? Collection from debtors. Now let us prepare debtors account. Debtors account start பண்ணும். Start with debtors account. Debtors account to balance brought down. What is opening balance?
24,000.
24,000. To sales. Sales only credit sales. How much?
17,10,500.
We worked out 17,10,500. 17,10,500. Then
ஸோ கேஷ் சேல்ஸும் நம்ம போட்டோம்.
cash sales சொல்லவே இல்லைங்க. Cash sales பத்தி எந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் சொல்ல.
So, bank payment 1582.
By bank.
1584 by 10.
அது வந்து கேஷ் தானே டெபாசிட் பண்ணுது.
By cash, sir.
By cash. By cash collections. By cash collection from customers, this one. 15 lakh 84,510. By balance carried down.
149,990.
Please remember, this is a balancing figure.
சார் ஒரு சின்ன டவுட் சார். எப்பவுமே நார்மலா ஓப்பனிங் பேலன்ஸ் கொடுத்து கேஷ் அக்கௌண்ட்ல வந்து ஓப்பனிங் பேலன்ஸ் கொடுத்து க்ளோசிங் பேலன்ஸ் கொடுத்தா பேலன்ஸ் இங்கே கேஷ் சேல்ஸ் தான் சார் போடுவோம்.
இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்தில் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கான்? எதுவுமே சொல்லணும். ஓகே, என்ன கொடுத்துருக்கான்? பாயிண்ட் நம்பர் டி பாருங்க, என்ன கொடுத்துருக்கான்? வீக்லி கேஷ் எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் அவுட் ஆஃப் கலெக்ஷன். வாட் டு யூ மீன் பை தட் கலெக்ஷன்? Collection from debtors. If that information is not given, we could have taken as a cash sales. இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்துல என்ன சொல்லிருக்கா? அதெல்லாம் நான் பே பண்ணிருக்கேன். After depositing some money in the bank, okay, all these expenses are paid by me and also I deposited money in the bank. How this deposit is worked out? We see the bank payments and minus opening balance. Opening balance 27,060 தான் இருக்கு. Out of the bank, all these things are paid. All these things are paid. Upon the 15 lakh 34,030, from where it would have come? Cash deposited in the bank. Cash deposited in the bank. Journal entry is bank account data to cash account.
சார் டெஃபினிஷன் இல்லை சார் கேஷ் சேல்ஸ்க்கும்.
So the balancing for us in the cash is what? Collection from which one? Debtors. But debtors account pota opening balance 24,000. We sold for 17 lakh 10,500. We collected cash this much. Balancing for us closing balance.
149,990.
149,990. This is the balancing. Take up debtors account also.
Gross profit number.
149,990 is the closing balance of which one? Debtors.
Sir, or doubt, sir. In the
Once again, I repeat. First, we tally which column? Bank column. Bank column, all payment details are available. Closing balance also available. Opening balance also available. The remaining is attributable to what? Cash deposited in bank. How do you say that? In this question, it is clearly given. Okay, weekly expenses out of cash collection before depositing the same into what? Bank kuduthirukka, which means the balancing for is attributable to what? Cash deposited in the bank. Then we tally the cash column. We know all the payments made, deposit made into the bank also, and closing balance also. The difference is what? Collection. Collection means collection on ledger accounts, collection from debtors. Through that, we prepare which account? Debtors account, and we get the closing balance.
And so one more thing, the higher purchase and reports,
I'll come to that. While doing P&L account, I'll explain.
none, sir.
Done? Is it over? Shall we? Start next. Everybody, please start along with me. I'll explain every point while doing the trading P&L account. Start. Trading profit and loss account
To opening stock
for the year ended
31/12/2017, sir.
okay, to opening stock.
2,05,000, sir.
purchases 9,60,000.
By sales 17,10,500. 2,500. Closing stock 9,200.
90.
200.
Balance gross profit.
60.
You can check gross profit is the balancing for article. Otherwise, you can put under 30% or 40%. How much percentage on sales given?
40,000.
You can verify this 6 lakhs 48,200 is nothing but sales into 40%. 17 lakh 10,500 into எவ்வளவு percent? 40% போட்டால் அதே answer வரும். Because based on that only we worked out that sales. Okay, 6 lakhs 84,200 by gross profit 6 lakhs 84,200
Rebate.
by rebate received
12,480.
12,480. Then look at the cash book. Based on that we can do cash book or credit side la parunga. What are the items given?
Carriage outward.
No, அதே ஆர்டர்ல பாருங்க. Better so that we will not miss out. Drawings or other. Yeah, correct. What is the next one? Carriage outwards.
26,000.
No adjustment given, so 26,000. Then
Petrol.
petrol expenses. Payment side la எவ்வளவு இருக்கு?
5,200.
5,200. Then
General expense 2,600. Sir.
add both cash plus bank. Cash column plus bank column. Add both and record. We paid in cash as well as through bank. Liam. General expenses 2,600 plus 36 to 30.
38,830.
38,830. Then
Cash expense ஆகும் sir.
Salaries, sir.
salaries. Any prepaid amount etc. given?
No, sir.
How much?
112,460.
112,
460.
460. Then
Car expenses.
car expenses
6680.
6680. Then
Two rent வந்துட்டு
rent wait பண்ணுங்க.
Sir,
See, if you look into the opening balance and if you look into the payment made and all, you will get confused. We are preparing P&L account on what basis? Cash basis, accrual basis. Accrual basis, 1,000 per month rent into 12, 12,000 you can charge it here. Sir, pay another 13,000, what to do? That and all we will see while preparing balance sheet. What expenses should be recognized on what basis? Accrual basis. What is the rent payable per month? First line la kuduthirukkom. 1,000 per month. 1,000 into 12, how much? 12,000 is the rent for the year. Sir, 13,000 paid. Okay, already there is an outstanding rent, 2,000 is there. What to do? We will see while preparing balance sheet. As of now, recognize expense on what basis? Accrual basis. Rent for the year is 12,000. That's what you see. Accrual basis accounting. Cash payment is irrelevant. Expense should be taken on what basis? Due basis, accrual basis. Adan 12,000. Next,
Two rates.
two rates. Two rates. Look at the rates. Rates for the year ended nu kuduthirukkom. Rates it's given for the year ended. Rates for the year ended evlo kuduthirukanga? 3,200. 3,200 is given to us. Pay attention. Maybe leave about 4, 5 lines, 6 lines of gap. Rates. Rates. Opening balance sheet la prepaid rates evlo kuduthirukam parunga?
500.
500. That belongs to which year?
Previous.
Current year. Wait பண்ணுங்க. Opening balance they have given prepaid rates. What do you mean by prepaid rates?
One after payment in the
Paid in advance for which year?
Current year.
Current year. Then current year la எவ்வளவு paid? 3,200 paid for the year ending 31st March 2018 னு சொல்லிருக்கான். Which means this is 3,200 is paid. 3,200 is paid from 1st April 2017 to 31st March 2018. என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கான்? Paid for the year ending. Words பாருங்க என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கான்? Paid for year ended 31st March 2018 கொடுத்திருக்கான். Which means it is paid from April to March pay பண்ணிருக்காங்க. April to March pay பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Wait பண்ணுங்க. We are closing accounts for which year?
17.
We are closing accounts on
Jan
annual accounts. Ends for us on what date? 31st December 2017. 2017. Appo, it is paid up to 31st March 2018. It is paid up to 31st March 2018. Na, எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்காங்க? 3,200 pay பண்ணிருக்காங்க. 3,200 is paid. Up to what date? 31/3/2018. So annual accounts ends on 31st December 2018. So how much is prepaid
6 months.
for next year? 6 months கிடையாது.
3 months.
We are closing annual accounts on this date. It is paid up to 31st March 2018. Paid up to 31st March 2018. Now, how many months paid for next year? 3,200 into 3,200 into எவ்வளவு months? 3 by 12. 3,200 into 3 by 12 போட என்ன வரும்?
800.
800 is prepaid for next year. So work out பண்ணா this amount to be charged in the P&L account. This amount will be charged in which account? Profit and loss account. Otherwise, opening prepaid rates, it is paid for which year? This is for which year?
current year.
It's a current year expense. It's a current year expense. ரொம்ப simple. Last yearலே current yearக்காக pay பண்ணது. It's a current year expense. Current year எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கோம்?
3,000.
3,200. It is paid up to what date? 31st March. Is it entirely for current year?
No, sir.
Out of this, how many months belongs to which year? Next year. How many months belongs to next year?
3 years.
3 months. Eliminate. Why are you eliminating?
Because of
This belongs to which year?
Next year.
2018. This belongs to 2018. So eliminate and charge the current year expense in P&L account. Take this note. Once again explain. Opening balance prepaid, which means last year itself we paid in advance for which year? Current year. That's a current year expense. Current year எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? 3,200 paid for the year ending what? 31st March 2018 கொடுத்திருக்கோம். So this is paid up to 31st March 2018. Our accounts are closing on 31st December 2017. How many months prepaid? How many months prepaid? 3 months prepaid that belongs to next year. Eliminated. So this is a current year expense to be recognized in P&L account. This prepaid rent for the next year will come in the balance sheet. Have you taken this working note? Or other?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll wait. இது போன வருஷமே கரண்ட் இயர்க்காக பே பண்ணுது. இந்த 500 வந்து போன வருஷமே கரண்ட் இயர்க்காக பே பண்ணுது. இந்த 3,200 டோட்டலா பே பண்ணிருக்கோம் இல்லையா? That is paid up to 31st March. 3 months அடுத்த வருஷங்கிறனால எலிமினேட் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். So expense on accrual basis for current year is 2,900. 500 belongs to current year. 3,200 ல 800 eliminate பண்ணா net amount is 2,900. Shall we?
So the 2,900 ல final already இருக்கு.
இல்ல இல்ல. 3,200 ல இந்த 3 அது எதுவுமே கிடையாது. இது செப்பரேட். Separate.
3,200 இந்த இயர் டோட்டலா பே பண்ணுங்க சார்.
இல்ல இந்த இயருக்கு பே பண்ணது இல்ல, இந்த இயர்ல பே பண்ணது.
இந்த இயர்ல பே பண்ணுங்க. சோ அதுல 800 மைனஸ் பண்ணிட்டு பிளஸ் இந்த 500 ஆட்
Ah. 3,200 minus 800 will give us current year payment made in the current year plus 500 paid in last year for current year இந்த மாதிரி. So total 2,900. Come to P&L account. Rates refer the working note for how much? 2,900. Next வேற என்ன இருக்கு பாருங்க. வேற என்ன எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் இருக்கு? 2 வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. Hire purchase, interest component. Pay attention. Listen, pay attention. Let's assume you are purchasing a system under outright payment system. You just pay full money and purchase, it will be 35,000. Purchase full amount and take it 35,000. But the installment facility, we are purchasing, let us assume the system. Okay. I add up the total payments come to 39,000. Why are we paying 4,000 more? Interest. That's what. So difference between the installment amount due and total amount paid will be what? Interest. So interest component. What is the total amount paid?
40 sir.
3040 minus balance sheet amount பாருங்க 2790. That is a loan component due on the mark. So difference is interest component. Difference is which one? Interest component. What is the balance?
250 sir.
250. That is the interest component. So balance sheet la whether any HP loan will come? Balance sheet la HP loan varuma varadu because it is paid. It's paid along with interest. Final payment is settled. Then what is the next one? Any other expenses?
Travel 36.
Travel expenses 36,800. Then
Printing and switching.
Printing and stationery 6,000. Any unconsumed stationery அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது closing stock of stationery கொடுத்திருக்கானா? No. Then advertisement
12,280.
12,280. 12,280. Then
Insurance for
insurance charges,
3,000.
no prepaid item, no. Then
Or here charges
lorry hire charges, it's an expense only. Then
48,700.
48,700. Then
That's all.
to depreciation.
Depreciation.
Depreciation கொடுத்திருக்கானா? Yes.
30%.
Depreciation on which one?
30% on car
Car எவ்வளவு வேல்யூ இருக்கு?
or 22.
20,000 into 30%. How much?
6,000.
6,000. Then depreciation on any other asset?
Furniture.
Furniture எவ்வளவு வேல்யூ?
10,000 like 15%.
15%.
1,500.
Tally this. Any commission to be paid, etc. Any bad debts to be charged or provision for bad debts, check for those adjustments.
Sir, rent பார்க்கணும் சார்.
ரெண்டு பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் பார்த்துக்கலாம். Accrual basis we charge how much? 12,000. 1,000 per month into 12, 12,000.
பட் நார்மலா அவுட்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இருந்துச்சுன்னா எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் மைனஸ் பண்ணி தான் இருக்கும்.
Per month கொடுத்துட்டோம்னா டைரக்டா அப்படியே போட்டுக்கலாம். For example, salary payable 5,000 per month. What is payable for the year? 5,000 into 12, 60,000. That is the expense you charge it. Prepaid item, outstanding item, you have to work out for balance sheet. You have to check what is the closing prepaid item or outstanding item. That is not given. We have to work out. Okay, I'll work out that component also. Wait பண்ணுங்க. Rent paid எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? Rent paid how much is given? Payment side rent paid how much is given? 13,000. Wait பண்ணுங்க. This includes opening balance, accrued rent. Accrued rent opening balance எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 2,000. 2,000. Current year rent
12,000.
opening balance accrued rent 12,000. Current year rent எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 12,000 பே பண்ணுங்க. அப்போ ஓப்பனிங் பேலன்ஸ் அவுட்ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஒரு 2,000 இருக்கு. கரண்ட் இயர்க்காக ஒரு 12,000 பே பண்ணிருக்கணும். டோட்டல் பேமெண்ட் எவ்வளவு பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 14,000. பட் எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 13,000. க்ளோசிங் பேலன்ஸ் அவுட்ஸ்டாண்டிங். Closing balance outstanding. Wait பண்ணுங்க. Opening balance accrued was how much? For example, I am the landlord. Already you have to pay me how much?
2,000.
Plus you should have paid current year how much?
12,000.
So total rent how much you should have paid me? 14,000 நீங்க pay பண்ணிருக்கணும். But paid is only 13,000. Now what is the closing balance outstanding? 1,000. That's it. Closing balance outstanding rent. Clear? You should have paid me. அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு நார்மலா திங்க் பண்ணுங்க. எவ்வளவு நீங்க எனக்கு பே பண்ணிருக்கணும்? ஆல்ரெடி 2,000 டியூ இருக்கு. கரண்ட் இயருக்கு எவ்வளவு ரெண்டு டியூ இருக்கு? 12,000. டோட்டலி how much you should have paid me? 14,000. எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிருக்கீங்க கரண்ட் இயர்ல? இன்னும் 1,000 வாங்கலன்னு அர்த்தம். which means 1,000 is outstanding.
நார்மலா ரெண்ட் ஜாஸ்தியா இருந்துச்சுன்னா நம்ம எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் மைனஸ் பண்ணி போடலாம்.
அப்படிலாம் பார்க்க வேண்டாம். லாஜிக்கலா திங்க் பண்ணுங்க. ஜாஸ்தியா இருந்து பிளஸ் மைனஸ் எல்லாம் பார்க்கணும். டெபிட் கிரெடிட் பிளஸ் மைனஸ் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்ல லைபிலிட்டி சைடுல ரொம்ப சிம்பிள்ங்க. எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 14,000. எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிட்டீங்க? 13,000. Unpaid amount is a liability. But in the P&L account, paid, unpaid எல்லாம் doesn't matter. Current year expense should be recognized on what basis? Accrual basis. Accrued for the current year is 12,000. இதுக்கு வேணா நீங்க rent account கூட போட்டு பார்க்கலாம். Okay, different methods of working out is there, but logically this is okay. rent account outstanding by balance brought down outstanding எவ்வளவு இருக்கு 2000 இருக்கா to cash எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கோம் or to bank எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கோம் what is paid for the year 13,000 is paid for the year by P&L account எவ்வளவு charge பண்ணிருக்கோம் 12,000 னா the tally பண்ணீங்கன்னா you will get two balance carried down outstanding rent for the current closing balance இப்படி கூட பார்க்கலாம் by balance brought down liability will have which balance credit balance P&L account ல 2 rent வருதுன்னா rent account ல எப்படி வரும் by P&L account 12,000 bank account ல by rent போடுறோம் அப்ப rent account ல to bank 13,000 னா closing balance outstanding is how much 1,000 this way also you can do it this is a technical way of doing this is a logical way of doing anyway out of 14,000 பாருங்க out of 14,000 13,000 is paid remaining 1,000 is outstanding that will come in balance sheet
அந்த கலெக்ஷன் லெட்டர்ஸ் மட்டும் இது 1000 rupees பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்ல டாலி ஆகாம
அதான் இந்த க்ளோசிங் ரெண்டா இருக்கலாம்
ரெண்ட் வந்து
ரெண்ட் அந்த ரேட்ல தப்பு பண்ணு
12.5 hour கமிஷன்
பரவாயில்ல ஓவர் அது have we taken up this outstanding rent concept also any doubt carriage outwards petrol general expenses cash plus bank salaries car expenses rent on accrual basis 12,000 rates பார்த்தோம் 3 months prepaid so opening prepaid plus current year paid minus closing prepaid 2,900 interest is the difference between the total amount paid minus what loan outstanding all the other expenses are charged as it is depreciation is charged then we get which one net profit proceed பண்ணலாமா balance sheet everyone shall we start balance sheet as on 31st December 2017 tell me the capital balance at the beginning
1,67,660
167,660 add net profit
3,77,680 less drawings
less all drawings
52,600
52,600 cash plus bank drawings 52,600 okay this is your capital then outstanding rent 1,000 அப்புறம்
creditors 3,220
we worked out as a balancing for creditors account la balance போட்டோம் then
அவ்வளவுதான் சார்
assets what are the assets
motor car
fixed assets வந்துட்டு கார்
motor car minus 20% how much debt
14,000 sir
then furniture
furniture 8,500
motor car 30% வரும் நினைக்கிறேன்
okay furniture minus 15%
8,500
then
closing stock 9,200
90200
debtors வந்துட்டு 1,49,990 sir
bank 231,800 sir
231,800 இது paid run
cash balance
1670
prepaid
rates 800
இந்த 3,200 into the 3 by 12 போட்டோமே எவ்வளோ 800
yes sir
then
அவ்வளவுதான் சார் 496,960 வரும்
4,96,696
496,696
போறாது. நெக்ஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின் ட்ரை பண்ணீங்களா?
Yes, sir.
அதே மாதிரி எனிஹோ உங்க டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றான்னு சொல்லி ட்ரை பண்ணாம இருக்காதீங்க. கொஸ்டின் நம்பர் 25.
Opening balance.
Shall we proceed? First, let us go through. Okay, we are given various balances like opening and closing balance of assets and liabilities are given to us. Bank passbook reveals the following: total deposits, withdrawals for payment to creditors, professional charges, furniture and fixtures acquired on 1/10/2016 கொடுத்திருக்கா. Proprietors drawings are given. Rent has been increased from January 2017 is given to us. Mistakes deposited all cash sales and collection from debtors after meeting wages, shop expenses, rent, electricity and telephone charges given. X made all purchases on what? Credit basis. His credit sales during the year amounted to how much? 9 lakhs. He incurred 6,500 per month towards wages. Electricity 24,000 paid. Shop expenses 18,000 paid. Charge depreciation on furniture how much? At the rate of 10% per annum. Finalize the accounts of X கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Okay. So first we have to prepare which one? Any item missing for the opening balance sheet?
Capital, sir.
Of course. Any other item missing?
No, sir.
Any other asset and liability that we need to work out? Mainly debtors account, creditors account, cash, bank, all are available. All are available. And furniture, there is no old furniture. We just purchased the furniture in the current year. We just purchased the furniture in the current year. Start. Balance sheet. That is balance sheet as on
31/3/2016.
31/3/2016. It's a simple problem compared to the other one.
Debtors 35,400.
Debtors how much?
35,400.
35,400.
Cash at bank 1,08,400. Cash in hand 10,400.
Then
Opening stock 11,400.
11,400 then.
That's it only. That's it.
Creditors
Creditors 84,400. Outstanding rent 2,400. Sir. All sir. $78,800.
78.
78,800.
See, in a problem, if they don't tell you about profit margins, then we need not work out sales. We need not work out what? Sales. Okay, in this problem, they don't mention anything about profit margin or whatever. So what is the next account we can prepare?
Cash bank account, sir.
Should we prepare cash or bank account or any other account before?
Creditors.
Can we prepare debtors account, creditors account?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Debtors account we cannot prepare because collection from debtors we have to work out. Collection from debtors we have to work out as well as what? Credit sales not possible through a single ledger. Debtors account not possible. Creditors account possible, huh? Possible. We can do creditors account before preparing cash account itself. So start creditors account. Creditors account start. Buy balance brought down. What is opening balance?
84,400.
By purchases balancing for எடுத்துப்போம்.
So closing balance வந்துட்டு 22,400. sir.
To bank எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கோம்? Paid for creditors
8,90,000. sir.
To balance, carry
Carry
down.
down 22,400, sir.
Any purchase returns, discount, rebate?
No, sir.
Nothing. Tally this.
8,28,000.
This is a balancing. And it is the only purchases, no cash purchases.
Good coach.
இப்போ சம்பளம் அவங்க மென்ஷன் பண்ணிருக்காங்க சார் ஆல் பர்ச்சேஸ் ஆல்சோ 22 கொடுத்ததுனால நம்ம பேட்ச் பண்ணி பட் லாஸ்ட் அது எதுவுமே மென்ஷன் பண்ணி சார் சேல்ஸ் பண்ணி கிரெடிட் மென்ஷன் பண்ணல கேஷ் வந்து தரல
But words கொடுத்திருக்கோம் பாருங்க, collections. But இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்துல என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கோம்?
கேஷ் அவுட்
Cash sales as well as collection from debtors. இந்த word use பண்றோம். Last ப்ராப்ளத்துல only which word is used? Collection from debtors. But in this problem we have got both cash sales as well as what? Collection from debtors. Last problem we had only collections. Collection means collection from debtors. We'll see. Start. Cash book. Cash book with two columns. Open it. Cash column, bank column.
Sir, opening balance, cash.
To balance brought down how much?
1,08,400. Bank பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 10,400.
Tell me the various payments by
பேங்க்
Sir, first total deposits இருக்கு.
பேங்க்
Contract
தான் 8,000 போட்டு
wait for
cash.
என்னோட பேங்க்
பேங்க்
1,08,000. Bank passbook பாருங்களேன். Bank passbook reveals the following. Total deposits கொடுத்திருக்கோம். What is the total deposits? 10,34,000. What is the total deposit means?
Bank account attached to
Cash. Contra, how much?
10,34,000.
10,34,000 by bank. 10,34,000. Last but problem this we worked out as a balancing figure. But in a deposit savane கொடுத்திருக்கோம். Which means in the cash column வர balancing for will be what? Cash sales. Collection from debtors and cash sales we will get it as a balancing. Then what is the next one?
பைக்
Sir, by creditors, bankல 8,92.
8 lakh.
90,000, sir.
Then
By professional charges 34,000, sir.
then
By furniture and fixtures 54,000, sir.
P&L வராது, balance sheet ல போகும் after depreciation. Then by
By drawings, sir, proprietor drawings 1,61,900.
then
Uh, Sir, by rent 35,400, sir.
paid.
The working not by upon.
சார் டிராயிங்ஸ் 1,61,900
One extra 900.
Rent பாருங்க. Credit sales amounted to how much? 9 lakhs கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. He incurred 6,500 per month towards wages. By wages எவ்வளவு வரும்?
78,000.
500 into 12.
Yes, sir.
Any outstanding wages etc. given at the beginning end?
No, sir.
No. Rent we have to do the working.
By electricity.
By electricity
24,000, sir.
24,000. Then
By shop expenses 18,000, sir.
Shop expenses 18,000.
ரெண்ட் ஒர்க் பண்ணும் சார்.
க்ளோசிங் பேலன்ஸ்
Rent பாருங்க. Rent has been increased from January 2017 கொடுத்திருக்கான்.
சார் ரெண்ட் ரேட் ஆக்சுவலா இதுல இன்க்ரீஸ்
It's given outstanding for what? 1 month கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. You look at opening balance outstanding is 2,400, which means monthly rent is how much?
2004
Monthly rent is 2,400. 2,400. Closing rent எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 3,000. 1 month outstanding சொல்றான். What is the meaning?
it has increased
Okay. Earlier, old rent was 2,400 per month. The new rent is how much?
3,000
3,000 per month. 3,000 per month. Let us do a working note. Let us do a working note for the rent. We can do it in account format also. Leave around 4-5 lines of gap. Leave around 4-5 lines of gap. Working note for rent. We can do it in account format also. Buy balance brought down. Buy balance brought down. Buy balance brought down. Opening balance 2,400. 2 balance carried down. 2 balance carried down. Outstanding rent எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 3,000. By P&L account, we'll charge current year rent. By P&L account, we'll charge which one? Current year rent. Wait பண்ணுங்க. Till which month that 2,400 would have been there?
until December sir.
Till December. Oh, we are preparing accounts from January to December or April to March? April to March. So, April to March. April to which month? April to December. April to December. 9 months ka and 2,400 தான் pay பண்ணிருப்போம். 9 months into how much? 2,400. The rent is increased from January ன்னு சொல்றான் இல்லையா? Once again. How 2,400? What is outstanding rent at the beginning of the year?
2,004.
How many months rent?
1 month.
1 month rent. அப்ப rent per month எவ்வளோ? 2,400. For how many months?
9
Why 9 months? January increase ஆகுது. So, April to December, 9 into 2,400. 9 into 2,400. 21,600. Then, Jan to March, rent is increased. Rent is increased. And our closing balance outstanding is 1 month. 3 into how much? 3,000 and over. 9,000 over. This is the amount that will be charged in P&L account. The tally பண்ணீங்கன்னா, if you tally this, you will get rent paid.
டூ தானே சார்
3.
1 month
Payable, P&L account. Cash or balance.
Balance
இல்ல சார் எனக்கு புரியல அப்படின்னு சொன்னா ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். What was rent outstanding at the beginning?
2,400.
2,400. Rent for the year April to December 2,400 into 9 months. 2,400 into எவ்வளவு months? 9 months என்ன வரும்? 21,600 நீங்க பே பண்ணிருக்கணும். Then January to March எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 3,000 into 3. 3,000 into 3 that should have been paid. எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 9,000. ஆட் பண்ணி பாருங்க. Total due எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? ஆட் பண்ணி பாருங்க. 2,400 plus 21,600 plus 9,000 எல்லாம் பே பண்ணிருக்கணும் இல்லையா? Outstanding at the beginning plus current year rent எவ்வளவு நீங்க பே பண்ணிருக்கணும். ஆட் பண்ணுங்க. 33,000 total due. Okay. இன்னும் closing balance எவ்வளவு due சொல்றான்? Closingல outstanding எவ்வளவு சொல்றான்? 3,000 னா அப்ப எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? Rent paid is the balancing total. எவ்வளவு பே பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 30,000. Once again, total amount that should have been paid is 33,000. We are told that closing balance outstanding is this much. Now balancing for is rent paid. Rent for the year April to December is 21,600. January to March is 9,000. Including 2,400, you should have paid 33,000. இன்னும் பே பண்ணாம இருக்கிறது 3,000 னா what is paid for the year? 30,000. take up this. It will come as by rent paid.
Debtors are already put actually.
P&L account in the 21,600 plus 9,000. That is the rent for the year. Payment பண்ணது 30,000. That will come in the cash book. Rent paid 30,000. Rent for the year that will be charged in P&L account. April to December 21,600. January to March 9,000. That will be charged in P&L account on accrual basis.
சார் அவங்க ஸ்டார்டிங் பே பண்ண மாதிரி காமிக்குது கணக்கு.
Pay பண்ணிருக்கணும். Shall we? Over அது. Now coming to the next one. Closing balance கொடுத்திருக்கானா? வேற ஏதாவது இருக்கா payments? Any other payment to be made? No. Buy balance carry down. Buy balance carry down. எவ்வளவு closing balance கொடுத்திருக்கான் பாரு. What is the closing balance?
500, 2,500.
Cash balance
500.
கொடுத்திருக்காங்களா?
ஆமா சார்.
Bank balance
2,500.
2,500. Bank balance ஏதாவது gap இருக்கா பாரு. Is there any gap in bank balance?
இது அப்படியே கரெக்டா இருந்துச்சு. இப்போ டேட்டாஸ் கண்டுபிடிக்கணும் சார்.
Bank balance tally ஆயிடுச்சு இல்லையா? Bank balance got tallied. For cash account, is it possible to work out both cash sales as well as collection from debtors?
No, sir. Data account போட்டு
We cannot work out both through which one? Cash account. We cannot work out both cash sales as well as what? Collection from debtors. So let us prepare which account? Debtors account to find out. Debtors account போடுங்க பாருங்க. To balance brought down எவ்வளவு opening balance? What is opening balance?
35,400 சார்.
To credit sales கொடுத்திருக்கானா?
9 lakhs.
Credit sales 9 lakhs. By cash collection balancing per எடுத்துக்கலாம். By balance carry down 58,800. Example இந்த மாதிரி ledger குள்ள ledger எல்லாம் போடக்கூடாது. Classroom purpose it is okay. This is a cash receipt from debtors. எவ்வளவு cash receipt from debtors? 8,76,600. This will be cash collected from debtors. 8,76,600. Collection from debtors 8,76,600. Tally this, you'll get cash sales as a balancing. Cash sales as a balancing. எவ்வளவு balancing figure? 2,97,500 வருதா balancing figure? Actually, bank balance there is no balancing figure. Bank balance, we just recorded all the transaction, it got tallied. There's no balancing for in which one? Bank. Cash loan balancing forward. We prepare debtors account and find out the cash collection. How much? 8,76,600. Report the Kaprama, then we get cash sales as which one? A balancing amount. Please note, first debtors account is prepared. Note panninga. At the end only the cash column is tallied.
Wages. Direct wages, no? Direct wages training வரணும்.
Pages paid இருக்கா இங்க? Yes.
இல்ல, pages. Training. Okay. Huh? 184 போறேன். இது வந்துட்டு இது இல்லை சார். 300 வந்து மாறி இருக்கு சார். இல்லை. 3400.
We'll go to trading P&L account. Tell me the items.
Sir, opening stock 11,400.
Trading profit and loss account. Ended 31st March 2017. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Opening stock
11,400. To purchases 8,28,000. To direct wages 78,000.
to direct wages.
78,000, sir. Sir, below wages not direct wages. That's it, sir. Credit side by sales 11,97,500.
Cash sales solo.
Cash sales வந்துட்டு
Balancing.
8,76,600, sir.
And the balancing for in cash. Credit sales.
Closing stock 20,000, sir. Gross profit 300, 100, sir.
By gross profit 300, 100. Any income?
No, sir.
Tell me the expense.
To rent 30,600.
The 2,400 for 9 months plus 3,000 for 3 months. How much? 30,000?
600, sir. To electricity 30,400.
What is paid?
24,000.
24,000. Add outstanding at the end. Develop
6,400.
minus at the beginning.
Nothing, sir.
Nothing, sir.
13,400.
3400.
Then
To shop expenses 18,000, sir. Depreciation 2,700, sir. Working with that.
depreciation on furniture. What is the furniture value? Value 60,000. Huh?
54,000, sir.
54,000 into develop percent.
10%.
Acquired on
10% for how many months?
6 months. 6 months.
6 months because it is acquired only during what? October month. October month. எவ்வளவு வரும்?
2,700, sir. To
No old furniture, only the new furniture purchased. So 54,000, 10% for 6 months. Then
to professional charges 34,000, sir.
professional charges 34,000. Then
That's it, sir. Net profit 1,84,400.
ஆக்சுவலா சார் ஒரு 16th சம்ல
Start liability side, capital at the beginning,
800, sir.
17,
78,800. Net profit 184,400. Less drawings 1,61,900. So 900. 900. Sir. One lakh 1,0300. Creditors 22,400. Sir.
bank deposit na cash deposit in the bank. Outstanding rent,
Outstanding rent 3,000, sir. And electricity and telephone 6,400.
Total 400.
6,400. That's it, sir. Assets வந்துட்டு debtors 58,800.
Bank also told
Bank 2,500. Cash in hand 500.
cash 500, then
Closing stock 20,000.
furniture and
Furniture less depreciation 51,300. Sir.
4,000 minus 2,700.
51,
300. Balance sheet total 133,100.
So breaks.
which question number? 26, sir. This is Bona wholesale business, okay, wherein all purchases and sales are made on,
இந்த பெல்ல வந்து
okay, all purchases and sales are made on credit, okay. Debtors, bills receivable, bills payable, creditors, stock, bank, cash is given to us. So here you have to prepare debtors account and bills receivable account, bills payable and creditors like that. In stock, bank, cash is given to us. Okay, deposit in bank after shop expenses 6,600 per month, wages some per month, and personal expenses 1,400 per month. This is the deposit made in the bank. 762,750 is deposited in the bank. Deposit into the bank after various expenses are given. Withdrawal from the bank is given to us. It is not drawings, withdrawal from the bank. Cash payment to suppliers and rupees 25,000 for furniture. Withdrawal means withdrawal for business use now. Cash account data to bank account. Personal purpose in கொடுத்தாதான் அது drawings. Yeah. Next.
அந்த 762,750 இருக்கு சார்.
Cash deposit in bank.
அந்த 600 எல்லாம் ஆட் பண்ணாலும் அந்த அமௌண்ட் தான் வருமா சார்?
அது எதுக்கு வரணும்?
அதெல்லாம் தவிர்த்து இந்த cash
Read. Deposited in bank after payment of இந்த expense எல்லாம் போக இது deposit பண்ணிருக்கான்னு அர்த்தம்.
so cash deposit.
இதுக்கு அது சம்பந்தமே இல்லை. ஷாப் ரெண்டோ வேஜஸோ பர்சனல் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸோ சம்பந்தம் இல்லை. இந்த எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் போக பேலன்ஸ் டெபாசிட் பண்ணிருக்கான். withdrawal how much? 1,21,000. Then cash payment to suppliers 77,200. Suppliers and furniture how much? 25,000. Checks collected from customers but dishonored how much? 5,700. Bills accepted by customers. Bills endorsed. Okay, bills discounted. Bills matured. Bills accepted as given. Paid to suppliers by check கொடுத்திருக்கான். Paid to suppliers by check. Receipt 20,000 on maturity of one LIC policy of the proprietor by check is given. So simple. When you bring your personal money into the business, this will be taken as what? Additional capital. Rent received 14,000 by check. A building which was purchased on 30/11/2017 for opening a branch 3,50,000 paid by check. Okay, some expenses were incurred, details of which are not maintained. Some expenses were incurred, details of which is not maintained. So the balancing for in the cash column can be taken as what? That expense. Electricity bills paid in cash, எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கா? 18,700. Then dues how much? 2,200. Other information. Claims against the firm for damage, how much?
1,55,000.
1,55,000 under legal dispute. Under legal dispute. Okay. Legal expenses, how much? 17,000. This legal expense will come in P&L account. Legal expense will come in P&L account. Then, what about this 1,55,000 under dispute?
Contingent liability.
Contingent asset.
Is it a definite liability or a contingent liability? Is it a definite liability or a contingent liability?
Contingent liability.
Contingent liability may or may not happen.
Books of
Okay.
loans to account.
Goods returned by supplier, goods notes to accounts lower, then goods returned by customers, discount offered by suppliers, discount offered to one customer Purtuka. The business is carried on in the premises owned by the proprietor. 50% of the ground floor space is used for business, remaining 50% is let out at a monthly rent of how much? 20,000. At a monthly rent of 20,000. So, at an annual rent of how much?
20,000.
20,000.
10,000.
Prepare a trading P&L account is given.
Opening balance sheet.
Building is owned by the proprietor. 50% is used, remaining 50% is let out for an annual rent of 20,000. Wait பண்ணுங்க. What is the rent received? What is the rent received? 14,000. What is the rent receivable for the year? 20,000. The remaining 6,000 is rent receivable, accrued income. Income accrued. In the P&L account, you will take 20,000. In the P&L account, you will take how much? 20,000. Adile rent received is 14,000. Remaining is accrued rent. Balance sheet lower. Rent receivable, balance sheet lower. The space is used by the premises owned by the proprietor. So which one you have to prepare first?
Balance sheet opening.
Start. This is question number
26.
start. Balance sheet as on what date? 31st March
31st December 2016. sir. Let us write.
Tell me the assets and liabilities on this date.
So debtor 70,000. sir. Bills receivable 15,000. sir. Stock 1,10,000. sir. Bank வந்துட்டு 90,000. sir. Cash 5,200. sir.
Creditors,
Creditors on the bills payable 12,000. sir.
bills payable 12,000. Creditors,
40,000.
then any other outstanding expenses given?
No, sir. Current year. I think
Next, capital at the beginning, how much you get? 2,38,200. Is it possible to go for debtors account? Check whether all the information is available. We are not given separate collection from debtors. As well as are we given credit sales? You are not given credit sales also not given, and collection also not given. But we know cash payment made to suppliers are given. Complete cash and cash balance details are available. So we can prepare which account? Cash and bank account and find out. And you look at point number M. Point number M. Building was purchased on what date? 30/11/2017 for opening a branch. 3,50,000 paid by check. Some expenses were incurred, details for which is not maintained, which means that is connected to purchase of building. Expenses are connected to which one? Purchase of building, that we have to work out as a balancing for. So let us start with which account? Cash or bank account. Combined cash or bank account. Start with cash book. போடுங்கப்பா cash book. Prepare this and tell me the balancing figures. Okay, O2 balance brought down. What is the opening balance?
90,000 for cash and 5,200 for balance.
Really?
Opening balance.
95,200 for cash. Bank.
90,000.
Closing balance. Buy balance carried down given. What is the closing balance? Closing statement la irukku
Sir,
paru.
bank 87,000.
5,387. Record all the other collections and payments. Let us see. Deposited in bank. Bank account data to cash account. Contra entry. How much? Deposited in bank.
7,62,000.
By bank. In cash column. Then, what are the other expenses paid? Shop expenses. எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 7,000. 7,200. Okay. Then by wages. Then drawings. 16,800. Then record all the bank payments also. By cash payment to suppliers, creditors எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்காங்க cashல? Suppliers payment 77,200. Then by furniture 25,000. Then withdrawals. எவ்வளவு withdraw பண்ணிருக்காங்க? Contra entry 1 lakh. Then debtors account. What is the check collected from customers given? In collection from customers சொன்னீங்க. By dishonor. By dishonor. That is by debtors account. Dishonored check.
Please.
Debtors account netted to bank. If it is collected, if it is dishonored, it will be reverse entry. Debtors account netted to bank account. எவ்வளவு வரும்? 5,700. Collect பண்ணா bank to debtors. Dishonor ஆச்சுன்னா reverse entry. Paid suppliers by check கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. By creditors, how much is paid by check? 3,20,000 pay பண்ணிருக்காங்க. இப்போ அது இங்கே கொண்டு வந்துக்கலாம். 3,20,000 we can bring it here itself. Creditors, check payment will come there. Suppliers என்னது? Suppliers nothing but creditors இல்லையா? Cash and check payments. Then to rent received. Received by check எவ்வளவு வாங்கிருக்கோம்? 14,000 we received. Then
The maturity காமிக்க மாட்டோமா சார்? LIC policy.
it is bank இல்லையா? That is capital account. Capital account that LIC maturity. How much? What is LIC maturity?
20,000.
That is deposited in bank. Where the electricity charges pay பண்ணிருக்கானே. paid, amount paid will come. Cash எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? What is paid in cash? 18,700. 18,700 paid in cash. By building given in the question, what is a building given in the question paid by check? 3,50,000. Some information is missing, so we'll see. Then telephone bills paid by checker. Telephone bills paid by cash, paid 2,200. This 2,200 is not paid, that is a due amount. That is a due amount, so that will not come. That is just a due amount. Outstanding balance sheet lower, P&L account we will add and show. Then, bill discounted, what is the journal entry? Bank account data or to bills receivable. Discounting charges. What is the discounting charges? Discounted bill. Discounted bill 19,250. Journal entry is bank account data, discount account data to bills receivable. Bank account data will be for the net amount 19,250. Anything like bills receivable, collected, things like that given? Bills matured and duly collected to bills receivable, that is collected. This is bills receivable discounted. Bills receivable collected, how much is given? 16,000. Read it. Bills matured and duly collected, how much is given? 16,000. Okay. See, like a check, in the absence of information, bills are collected through bank only. Bills are collected through bank only. Bank account data to bills receivable அந்த மாதிரி. And one more thing பாருங்களேன், இந்த rent இருக்கு இல்லையா? Rent, look at this. Business is carried out in the premises owned by the proprietor. Owned by the proprietor. 50% is used for business. Remaining 50% is let out at an annual rent of how much? 20,000. Now this rent இருக்கு இல்லையா? Rent should be taken as a business income or personal income of the proprietor. Personal income of the proprietor, எப்படி நம்ம rent நீங்க போட முடியும்? How can you put it as rent? This can be taken as which one? Personal income. If it is deposited in bank, it can be taken as which one? Is it a business building or personal building? Business, I mean, owned by the proprietor. Personal asset. Other income should be recorded as what? This personal income da. Okay. How can this be recorded as rental income? It is not a business income, Ilya. So it should be taken as capital. It should also be taken as what? Capital. For the rent received. Because that building is not a business asset. It's a personal asset of the proprietor. LIC policy maturity, personal income deposited into the business. Rental income also personal income deposited into the business. Rent received podakudadu. It should be what? Capital for the rent received. Have you recorded all the things? Anything is pending? Because it's personal thing of the proprietor, not come. Legal expense, wait பண்ணுங்க. Is it paid or not paid? The 17,000 pay பண்ணிருக்கானா இல்லையா? Okay. Under legal dispute கொடுத்திருக்கான். Legal expense எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? 17,000. The firm anticipates to defeat the suit கொடுத்திருக்கான். That doesn't matter. That 17,000 what to do? Is it paid or not paid?
Summary of cash transaction அந்த ஹெட்டிங்ல கொடுத்திருந்தா பெய்ட் அடிச்சிருக்கலாம். இதுல இல்ல.
It is said, since it is not given in the cash transaction, it is given as what? Other transaction, it can be taken as what? Unpaid. It can be taken as unpaid.
சரி நோட் எழுதுங்க.
Not required. Other transaction தானே கொடுத்திருக்கு. It's not a cash transaction. Then, have you recorded complete transactions? Since there are so much bills receivable, bills payable involved, don't close cash or bank account. Let us prepare which account? Bills receivable account, then debtors account and the money. Start. Bills receivable account. Bills receivable account, don't close cash or bank account, we'll come back to that later. To balance brought down. What is opening balance of bills receivable? How much? 15,000. Closing balance. By balance carry down 6,000 இருக்கு. Then by bank for bill discounted. Bills discounted. எவ்வளோ டிஸ்கவுண்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 17,000, 19,250. Then by discounting charges எவ்வளோ இருக்கு? 750. Then by bank for the bills receivable collected எவ்வளோ இருக்கு? 16,000. Bills receivable collected 16,000. Anything else related to bills receivable? Bills endorsed. Bills endorsed, it will come as by creditors account. This is nothing but endorsed bill. Endorsed bill how much? 10,000. Then bills accepted by customers. Bills receivable account data to debtors account. Bills receivable account data to debtors account. Bills accepted by customers. Accepted by customers how much? 40. வேறதா இருக்கா? பில்ஸ் டிஸ்ஆனர்ட் எதா இருக்கா பாருங்க. அது செக் கலெக்டட் நம்ம பில்ஸ் ரிசீவபிள் ரிலேட்டட் எதா இருக்கா பாருங்க. பில்ஸ் அக்செப்டட் டு சப்ளையர்ஸ். அது பில்ஸ் அக்செப்டட் பை கஸ்டமர்ஸ் எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 40,000. That is already recorded. Okay, bills accepted is how much? 40,000 already recorded. There is one more bills accepted. எங்க இருக்கு பாருங்க. Bills accepted means this is accepted by us. Bills accepted by us means for our creditors. It's like bills payable. Creditors accounted out to bills payable. Either bills accepted by customers. That means our customer has accepted our bill. That is like bills receivable for us. Anything else? Opening balance recorded. Customers acceptance is recorded. Discounted is recorded. Discount is also recorded. Collection also recorded. Endorsed bill is also recorded. Closing balance also recorded. அது discount offer to customers தானே. Is it related to bills receivable? There is a balance of how much? Still there is a balance of how much? 3,000. Probably we can take it as debtors account. Dishonor மாதிரி எடுத்துக்கலாம். Dishonor balancing for you can எடுத்துக்கலாம். How much? 3,000. This is a balancing. Because all the other information is available. Opening balance, bills accepted by customer is given, discounted is given, collected is given, endorsed is given, then closing balance also given. Now, the balancing for is obviously which one? Dishonor of bills or dishonored bills. What is the journal entry for dishonored bills? Debtors account data to bills receivable. This 3,000 can be taken as a balancing. Take it up. Bills receivable account over. Bills payable. What is opening balance?
12,000.
Opening balance, yes, 12,000. Closing balance,
14,000.
14,000 கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Let us do bills payable. Bills receivable account போட்டாச்சு. Bills payable account start. By balance brought down. By balance brought down எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 12,000. To balance carry down. How much? 14,000. Then bills accepted. Bills payable account data to which account? Creditors account. இல்ல. Creditors account data to bills payable. By creditors account, there's nothing but bills payable accepted during the year. எவ்வளோ? 24,000. Then endorsement of a bill. Will it come in? What is the journal entry for endorsement of a bill? Creditors account data to bills receivable account. Creditors account data to bills receivable account. Will it come in bills payable account? No. That will come in creditors account. Then bills payable opening balance கொடுத்திருக்கோம். Bills payable accepted during the year is given. Closing balance is given to us. Anything else like accepted bill, dishonored and the money? No other thing. The tally பண்ணீங்கன்னா என்ன வரும்? Cash or to bank account. To bank account, balancing figure. This is nothing but bills payable paid for the year. Bills payable paid. எவ்வளவு balance? 12,000 plus 24,000 minus 14,000. எவ்வளவு வருது? 22,000 is paid. Bills payable paid. That's a balancing figure. Now this will come in bank statement. This will come in which one? Bank statement. That's why I said not to close, because since so many information is given, you have to find out. So this balance paid will come in which account? Bank account vaanga by bills payable paid. That balancing figure from which account? Bills payable account. It's a balancing figure from bills payable account that we worked out through bills payable account. How much?
22,000.
22,000. 22,000. Start. Creditors account. Tell me the opening balance.
40,000.
By balance brought on how much?
40,000.
40,000. By balance brought on 40,000. To balance carried down 56,000. Then to bills payable, that is bills payable accepted. Evlo bills payable accepted? 24,000 aprom. Then to bills receivable endorsed. Bills receivable endorsed evlo irukku? 10,000. 10,000 aprom. To cash paid to them. Cash paid கொடுத்திருக்கோம் separate. 72 77 200. Then to bank paid to the customer, check paid to the customers 3,20,000. Else to purchase returns adjustment la கொடுத்திருக்கோம் பாருங்க. What is purchase returns? 4,200. Then discount received how much? 2,700. By credit purchases balancing figure. As a balancing figure, we get how much? 45400. That is which account? Creditors account. So creditors account it out to bills payable for the bills payable accepted. Creditors account it out to bills receivable for the bills receivable endorsed. Creditors account it out to cash to bank for the amount settled. Creditors account it out to purchase returns and discount allowed. As a balancing for we get which one? Credit purchases. Please remember we are ready to close which account? Cash or bank account, because so many transactions, so now something we may miss it. Next we have to prepare which account? Data's account part. If there are too many balancing figures we cannot work out. Well, let us see. Two balance brought down. Tell me, two balance brought down our opening balance? 70,000. Huh? To credit sales irka? The credit sales information is available? No. Credit sales information is not available. Then by sales returns irka?
It's 1,200.
Returns outwards கொடுத்திருக்கான் 1,200. Then discount allowed 2,700. Then by bank and the check dishonored. Oh, sorry. The two bank or data account it out to
2,400. 2,400.
okay, data account it out to bank account for the check dishonored. This check dishonored எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 4,000. Check dishonored பாருங்க. Data account it out to bank account. How much dishonored? 5,700. Then by bills receivable accepted by customers
40,000.
40,000 அப்புறம் discount is not cash item, இது பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட்ல வருது சேல்ஸ் ரிட்டர்ன்ஸ் எல்லாமே. Then
So bills dishonored.
bills receivable dishonored, bills receivable dishonored இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த பேலன்சிங் for ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணுமே
3,000.
3,000, that will come in debtors account debtor to bills receivable dishonored. It's a balancing figure from which one? Bills receivable account, not a balancing figure here. It's a balancing figure from bills receivable account. How much? 3,000. Then by balance carry down, what is the closing balance given? 92,000. 92,000. Then cash collection from customer is also not given to us. By cash collection, what is a cash or bank collection is also not given. Credit sales also not given and cash collection also not given to us. If anything, all by cash collection, okay, by cash collection, that is not available. Are we given profit margin to work out sales? And the one route follow padoliya, opening stock, purchases, closing stock, cost of goods sold report, we add profit margin and find out which one? Sales. Is it possible to work out that model?
No.
We are not given profit margin. We are not given which one? Profit margin also. And we are not given credit sales as well as what? Cash collection. We are not given credit sales as well as cash collection. Check the cash account. Check the cash account. We know all the payments made. We know all the payments that are made. And of course, the collections we know. As a balancing figure, maybe we can take. Everything else is recorded, Ilya.
Okay.
So as a balancing figure, you can put to debtors account. It's a balance. It's a balancing figure. We take it as a collection from debtors. We take it as which one? Collection from debtors. Debtors account le tally பண்ணுங்க. What is the balancing figure you are getting? This total minus opening balance minus cash withdrawn. 897, 150. You can take it as cash collected from debtors. 897, 150. We work out this as a balancing for cash collected from debtors. 897, 150. So this you bring it to debtors account. Debtors account வாங்களே. Record this by cash. By cash, how much we collected? 897, 150. 897, 150. Now tally this, you will get this as a balancing. Once again, we tally which column? Cash column. Everything else is recorded. All the payments are recorded. Then all the receipts are recorded. The balancing for is taken as which one? Cash collected from debtors. Cash collected from debtors, 897, 150. So when we come to debtors account, the balancing figure is which one? Credit sales. Take up debtors account also or check the debtors account also. Any mistake that we have done? Wait பண்ணுங்க. Look at the information on check dishonored. How much is this check dishonored?
5,000.
Check collected from customers, but what? Dishonored. இப்போ இங்க we have recorded only which one? This is cash collection. This is which one? Cash collection. அந்த செக் டிசானருக்கு என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம். செக் ரிசீவ் பண்ணதுக்கு என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ணிருக்கணும் இல்லையா? What is entry for check receipt from the customer? What is entry for check receipt from customer?
Bank to
Check received What is the entry you would have passed?
Bank to debtors.
Bank account data or to which account?
To debtors.
Data's account. எவ்வளோ பாஸ் பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 5,700. And the remaining collection is in the form of cash. இல்லையா? Then when it is dishonored, what is the entry you would have passed? Data's account data. Data's account data to which one? Bank account. Data's account data to bank account. How much you would have recorded? 5,700. Second part record பண்ணிட்டோம். This 5,700 record பண்ணியாச்சு. Data's account data to bank. Check dishonored எவ்வளோ record பண்ணியாச்சு? 5,700. Receive பண்ணது record பண்ணோம் இல்லையா? By bank. Data's account by bank account. எவ்வளோ check received?
5,000.
Check received. 5,700. 5,700.
இப்போ அந்த என்ட்ரியே போடலாம் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் டேலி ஆகும் ஆனா
ஆமா தப்பு கான்செப்சுவலி wrong. Check received is 5,700 and the check dishonored is 5,700. இப்போ பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட்ல இது சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட்ல எப்படி சேஞ்ச் ஆகும்? பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட்ல to debtors account for the check received. For the check received from debtors. Hello, 5,700. Check received 5,700. Once again, I repeat. Debtors account பாருங்க. Opening balance, check dishonored, bills receivable dishonored. Then sales returns discount allowed, bills receivable accepted by customers, check receipt and cash collection we recorded as a balancing figure. So what is the credit sales? 9,59,750. 9,59,750. Check receipt can entry bank account data to debtors account. First the post பண்ணோம் இல்லையா? Bank account data to debtors account. Check dishonor ஆகிறதுக்கு debtors account data to bank account. Debtors account data to bank account. And it will come in the bank account also. Have we taken up debtors account? This is for check dishonored. Shall we? Now come to which account? Bank account. Bank account வாங்க. Bank account le debtors account check receipt 5,700. We know these are the opening balances plus collection. These are the payments made. We have recorded everything. What is the total of debits? இதே மாதிரி கிரெடிட்ஸ் ஆட் பண்ணி பாருங்க. டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு. டெபிட் சைடுல 9,27,700 இருக்கு. கிரெடிட் சைடுல we have got only 9,05,700. இன்னும் பேலன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? What is the balance? 22,000. அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட்லயே சொல்லிருக்கானே பாருங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்கோம். Point number M பாருங்க. Point number M. Point number M, what is given? A building was purchased opening the branch for how much? 3,50,000 paid by check. Some expenses were incurred, details which are not maintained. Details which are not maintained means the balancing for in bank can be taken as which one? Expenses for the building by building account. Balancing figure. This is the expense for the building. எவ்வளவு expense balancing for வந்துச்சு?
22,000.
Now what is the cost of the building?
3,70,000.
3,50,000 already spent. 3,50,000 is already spent. This is an expense in connection with the building. This is an expense in connection with the building. So anything that is spent before the asset is put into use is a capital expenditure. So 3,50,000 plus 22,000. What is the capital expenditure? 3,72,000. 3,72,000. Very good problem. Definitely a very good problem. Now, so much of information is there. So much of information is given. Shall we? Now, preparing which account? Trading P&L account. Shall we? Start. Trading P&L account for the year ended. Ended which year? 31st?
31st
March?
25th December to 25th.
31st of December 2017 start to opening stock. What is the opening stock? Please do it along with me. Don't wait. 1,10,000 to purchases. Purchases போடும்போது cash purchases இருந்தா add பண்ணீங்க, credit purchases இருந்தா add பண்ணீங்க, minus returns. Cash plus credit purchases minus returns. What is the cash purchases?
77,200.
Plus credit purchases இல்லையே, அது cash paid to suppliers தான். 77,200 is cash paid for suppliers. Cash purchase இல்லை, only credit purchases தான்.
400 minus
Balancing for a போட்டோமே. Creditors 450, 400 minus purchase returns எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 4,200. Net amount. Tell me the net purchases value. 4,49,900 purchases. Next, by sales. This also cash இருந்தா cash sales, credit sales இருந்தா credit sales minus returns.
So,
There is no cash sales இல்லையா? Cash sales கிடையாது, only credit sales minus returns. How much?
958,550.
9 lakh?
58,550.
Then by closing stock 1 lakh. Tally பண்ணுங்க, you get gross profit. Wages இருக்கா? Any outstanding wages? Wages plus outstanding wages எதா இருக்கா? Wages how much? 1 lakh?
10,400.
If there is any outstanding item, you have to consider. Bring the gross profit. By gross profit 4,78,250. Any discount received?
2,700.
2,700 அப்புறம் charge all the expenses.
All the expenses, 7,000.
Shop expenses. Any outstanding expenses?
7,200.
Any outstanding expenses? No. Then electricity charges. Electricity paid plus outstanding. Opening balance of the outstanding இருக்கா? Check பண்ணுங்க. Electricity charges. No, so paid plus outstanding you can take it in P&L account. Paid plus outstanding இருக்கா பாருங்க, check பண்ணுங்க. Yes. Paid outstanding இருக்கா? Yes. 18,700 plus 2,200. அதான் 18,700 plus 2,200. Total add பண்ண வரும் 20,900. Then what are the other expenses? Discount allowed 2,000. Then discount on bills. Discount on bills. The bills discount பண்ணும்போது வர discount எவ்வளவு? 750. Then rent received or paid up? Rent received is taken as personal income, that is in capital. That is in capital. Then property.
Personal.
And the rent இருக்கு இல்லையா? 20,000. What is the rent? This 20,000, is it business property or personal property? Personal property. That personal property rent receivable etc. will not be recorded in business. This 20,000 will not be recorded anywhere. But what is the rent deposited in the bank? 14,000 deposited in bank. That is your personal income deposited in the bank. That will be taken as which one? Additional capital, not a business income. Then 50% யூஸ் பண்ணது பிசினஸ்க்காக. அதுக்கு did you pay any rent? Did you receive any rent? No. Remaining 50% of the premises belongs to whom? Business or owner? Proprietor. அதுதான் ரெண்ட் கொடுத்திருக்கான். He has not let out, that business premises. Personal premises 50% use பண்ணிட்டு remaining 50% he has let out. That income is his personal income. This will not be recorded in business. It will not be recorded in business. Then, yes, to legal expenses. Legal expense எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 17,000. It is outstanding, not paid. It is outstanding. Legal expense outstanding 17,000. Then,
That's all, sir.
what about this claim? Claims against the firm for damages 1,55,000 is under dispute. The firm anticipates that it will defeat the suit. Now we will not pay the compensation. We will not pay the compensation. There are two options here also. One is writing an assumption on a prudent basis. Provide for all losses. Provide for all losses. You can charge it in P&L account. You can charge it in which account? P&L account. Okay. Second thing is, since it is given that the firm is anticipating to win the suit. Okay. Oh, sorry. I read it wrongly. Poor English. Sorry. I'm poor in English. Okay. The firm anticipates defeat in the suit னு சொல்லிருக்கான். அப்படி என்ன அர்த்தம்? நம்ம தோத்துறோம்னு சொல்லிருக்கோம். அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்? Provide for all losses. We are anticipating win or defeat. Win na don't record anticipated income. Defeat na provide for all possible losses. Since it is given that anticipating a defeat, definitely this loss should be provided. Other way assumption எழுத முடியாது. Contingent liability treat பண்ண முடியாது. We are anticipating winning the case or losing the case. So provide for the expense. Provide for the expense. It is not a contingent liability. What is a contingent liability? May or may not arise. இங்க may or may not arise, it will arise.
Sir,
It will arise. இல்ல அப்படி இல்ல. We are anticipating.
We don't know, sir. முக்கால்வாசி
அப்படி இல்ல. Anticipation எனக்கு தெரியாதுனா தான் அது may or may not. What is your anticipation? I do not know. அப்படினா தான் அது contingent liability. We are clearly anticipating that we are losing the case. Losing the case, it's a provision for loss you have to create. Provision for loss you have to create. Provide it. Okay. To which one? Claim for damages. Claim for damages. Okay. Anticipated that we will lose. அதனால loss of provide பண்ணிட்டு. Since it is clearly given that we are going to lose the suit, it will be provided. How much? 1 lakh. Suppose if that last sentence was not used, then you would have taken as what? A contingent liability. Tally this, you will get to net profit. Yeah, to clarify what he is discussing, wait பண்ணுங்க. Short obligation liability. Estimated obligation that is called as what? Provision. If any amount that can be estimated, that is called as what? Provision. May or may not. Amount தெரியாது, obligation தெரியாது, that is called as what? Contingent liability. Here claim for damages is known. How much? 1,55,000. And we are also anticipating that we will lose the case, so let us provide for the loss. This claim is a provision clearly because number one, anticipated to lose. Number two, amount is also known. So it's a provision. Start. Take up this. Take up to net profit, then we'll proceed. 2,77,700. சொல்லுங்க. கண்டிஜென்டாவே எடுத்துக்கலாம். 1,55,000 வந்து we will not show it in P&L account. We will show it as what? Footnote to the balance sheet. இது liability sideல காட்டுவோம். Claim for damages we will show it as what? A liability. Start. Balance sheet. Balance sheet as on what date? 31st December 2017. Liability side, what is the capital? at the beginning? 2 lakh? 38,000? Then add net profit, add additional capital, and the rent deposit பண்ணுது. Rent deposit in business account, how much is deposited?
14,000.
14,000. Then LIC deposit.
20,000.
LIC deposit 20,000. Drawings பண்ணிருக்காங்களா?
Yes, sir. 68.
16,800. 16,800. Then
All of it. Total 533.
then legal expenses
Outstanding. 17,000.
17,000.
Credit card 50.
Claims for damages
1 lakh.
1,55,000.
Credit card
Creditors,
56,000.
bills payable.
14,000. That's all.
Further outstanding electricity charges.
Yes, sir. Outstanding 2,200.
2,200. Asset side வாங்க.
Furniture 25,000.
Then
Building 3,50,000 plus 22.
3,50,000 paid. And the balancing for expenses 22,000 at
3
the
lakhs only.
3,72,000. Capital expenditure 3,72,000. Then
Debtors 22,000.
debtors
92,000.
92,000. Then
Bills receivable 6,000.
bills receivable 6,000. Then
Closing stock 1,90,000.
1,90,000.
Bank 87,000.
80.
7,000.
Then
Cash balance 5,300.
then
That's all.
any prepaid amounts.
Total 777,300.
Taliyacha.
Yes, sir.
சார் ஒரு டவுட் சார்.
ரிவைஸ் பண்ணுங்க. இன்வென்டரி ரிவைஸ் பண்ணுங்க.
Okay, so what I'm requesting is, please try to work out the other questions. Question number 22, 23, 24 clear?
நீங்க ஒர்க் பண்றீங்க.
இல்ல நீங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணுங்க. Try to work out all the other questions. Try to work out all the other questions. It may be 10 or 12 questions. It may take time. Okay, you can take even 1 week of time. Daily ஒரு question எடுத்து மெதுவா work out பண்ணி பாருங்க, no problem. But ensure that you are working out all the other questions. You are working out what? All the other